Coming up on Cavalier Connection, we'll tell you about the 3rd Annual National Day on Writing and the upcoming registration.
Also ahead, we'll take a look into the Math Center and learn about a unique student athlete here on campus. All this and more as Cavalier Connection begins now.
Built by students, for students. From Darton Student Television, this is Cavalier Connection.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the November episode of Cavalier Connection. I'm Ariel Mallory.
And I'm Jeremy Hayes. Thanks for joining us. Sigma Kappa Delta hosted its 3rd Annual National Day on Writing to get students involved. Ariel Mallory takes us there.
So what we're going to do is we're going to write as many stories as we can in about 10 minutes.
Students came out and showed off their best writing skills at the 3rd Annual National Writing Day.
Well, what I hope they get out of it is that they understand that writing can be fun. It doesn't always have to be painful. It can be a way of relieving stress. It can be a way of being creative. It can be stress-causing and stress-inducing. But we want them to learn to love writing and appreciate what the humanities can offer to their lives.
The students were given topics and prompts to write about and could also free write things on their own and share it to Darton's social networks using the hashtag DSCWrites2014.
I wrote another poem and I read one of my poems, so I liked it. I think, just keep doing it. And it kind of helps people, get a little better understanding of why you should write and how, writing isn't just for essays and just for class. It can be used for fun stuff.
Students weren't the only ones that came out and participated. Faculty members got involved with their students and shared their interest in writing as well.
I loved it. I had so much fun sitting here with my students writing, and the fact that it's not pressured and that it's fun. They just open up and share what they feel about writing, and their wonderful creative ideas they're willing to put on paper. I loved it.
The Humanities Department looks forward to having another successful turnout in the future. For Cavalier Connection, this is Ariel Mallory reporting. Want to miss long lines and have your first choice of classes? Pre-registration begins November 3rd. Jeremy Hayes tells us about it.
The registration process is upcoming. Students need to be aware of this happening. Jeremiah Pitts, a professor at Darton, wants to remind students what exactly advising is.
Advisement, that's the part where the student comes, brings their knowledge of their schedule, what their life is like, their family obligations, work obligations, those kind of things, to a professor who sits down with them, makes sure that their plan for that semester and the coming semesters matches the program of study. That's the professor then is bringing some knowledge about their specific major, or if they're in learning support, what they need to do to exit. So that's an important piece the professor brings.
After advising, students must then log onto the computer and register themselves.
The registration itself, though, both now and in the future, is more and more a student's responsibility. And that's really for the student's benefit. You want to be in control of how your life operates.
Students now have almost complete control of their schedule here at Darton.
Now you guys have almost complete control over your process, and that's fantastic. One of the reasons we need to do that is because we need to come in line with what other institutions do. Potentially it could be a problem if you leave Darton never having set up a schedule for yourself. You move to hopefully a bachelor's degree. The expectation there is going to be that you know how to do it, that you're in control of the process. And if you've never done it before, that's a problem.
Advising begins November 3rd and runs through November 21st. From Cavalier Connection, this is Jeremy Hayes. Students are required to take 3 PE electives before graduation. For those interested in something a little different, they have a choice to take swimming. Brittany Walker tells us about it.
Our Swimming 1101 class is an introductory course to swimming. This course is for students of all swim levels.
We teach swimming now very systematically and very methodically. We start with the kick because that's often neglected with people that don't know a proper stroke. So we teach kicking fundamentals. Then we move to the arm movement. And most people don't realize that the kick and the arm movement and the breathing together create the stroke.
Thanks to swim one instructor, Miss Susan Nelson, She pushes her students to do better, and they too can attest to this fact.
She's helped us a lot because most of us in here could not swim at all. We could not go under the water. And everybody now is going under the water, and everybody has been to the deep end of the pool on their own.
Nelson motivates me daily. As a swimmer, I have almost drowned at least a minimum of 3 times in my life, so I have a great fear of the water, but Miss Nelson, she really pushes me, and she is there for me.
We talk about swimming being important, and if you ask the average person, everyone thinks that we all should know how to swim. Statistically, most people that drown never intend on getting in the water, and it's purely accidental. So swimming is very basic to life. We actually develop in water, so it's biological, and we actually learn ourselves out of swimming. So Swim 1 is about bringing people back to that biological connection to the water.
This class not only pushes you physically, but mentally and emotionally as well.
This class has taught me that I'm capable of doing anything I put my mind to, and I can push myself to the best of my abilities.
From Cavalier Connection, this is Brittany Walker.
After the break, we'll find out who won the 3rd annual Life Raft debate and find out about the interesting student athlete here on campus.
We'll also take a look into the Math Center and see what the Baptist Collegiate Ministries has been up to. All this and more after the break.
People think I'm trash, but they're wrong. Today I'm just an aluminum can, but one day I could be a stadium.
It's a beautiful day out here. Sunny today with light breezes, giving way to clouds in the afternoon. We could see some light precipitation to moderate precipitation later on, followed by powerful storm-like conditions. 90 miles per hour winds are expected. Authorities are asking everyone, stay indoors. Come on, that's it. Let's go.
Welcome back. As the soccer's regular season comes to a close, the players and coach discuss what it has been like to have All-American Troy Tucker come back and help lead the teams as both a student and assistant coach. Jamie Barker tells us the story.
Troy Tucker achieved more than most on the soccer field, but he has unfinished business in the classroom and as an assistant coach.
Well, his circumstances, he had some issues academically, and he was suspended for a year. That suspension has since been dropped, so he sat out a year. And it was my idea to bring him back, number one, because I want to see him succeed. I want him to be successful in life. And I think that the number one way to be successful in life is to get a degree.
Oh, it's very important because I want to become, my other backup plan is to become a PE teacher and teach health in Bermuda, so it's very important for me to get my college degree.
All Troy Tucker has known on the soccer field is success.
He was a two-time first-team All-American. He was an All-American as a defender his freshman year, and then he was an All-American as a midfielder his second year. He was a Georgia Player of the Year. He's also a member of the national team for Bermuda from his country. And overall, he's just a fantastic, not just great player, but he's a fantastically great person.
You know what this smells like? It's daycare. It smells like daycare.
Sometimes the boys like to play around a lot in class, and it's hard to distinguish between the two, and it's time to play and time not to. So it's a little hard for me, but it's okay.
Off the field, he acts as a friend, but it's a little bit different on the field. You can see that his coaching perspective comes into play a lot.
He comes out here and sometimes he trains with us, and we can just see what we go up against. It's fun. He gives us good pointers too.
Very rewarding, I would say. Teaches us a lot of stuff, has a lot of good inputs, a lot of good things to say.
Yeah, this would be the first time that we've ever had a student helping out with the program, and to be honest with you, there's not really very many players that I would trust to come back and help me either. Troy's one of our special exceptions. It's interesting because the guys respect him so much. He has a rapport with them, but they also respect him as a coach, not just a player. They listen to him.
It's different. That's what it is. It's not a weird relationship, but you could pretty much tell him anything, and you know he's your friend too, but he's still a coach, so he still respects you in both ways.
It's a little different because the boys, sometimes they see me as a player, but sometimes when it's game time, it's time to be focused, and it's a little hard for them to adapt, but other than that, it's been pretty good. It's been a good experience for me, you know what I mean? I love the opportunity to coach ball gaming, to be, become assistant coach at Dalton State College.
Hopefully with Troy's guidance, the team can achieve similar success as he works to finish his degree. Reporting from Dalton College, this is Jamie Barker.
DC-03, 1, 2, 3. Who did you choose to save? The Honors Program and the Debate Club held their 3rd annual Life Raft debate. Ariel Mallory tells us who the winner was.
Are you ready for the end of the world? The votes are in, and the art department reigned victorious at the 3rd annual Life Raft debate. Michael Mallard from the art department won the crowd over and was chosen to be the last one saved on the Life Raft.
The Life Raft debate began 3 years ago. This will be our 3rd annual Life Raft debate that we had this year. The idea behind the Life Raft debate actually began at a small liberal arts college in Montevallo, Alabama. They began with the idea of, can we actually help our students understand these majors and disciplines in a way, and think about them in a way that they haven't thought about them before?
Debaters included Tony Smith from the math department, Shane Smith from English, Alethea Brooks from respiratory care, Josh Fulmer from outdoor education, Michael Mallard from the art department, and Patrick Whitehead from psychology.
So the idea is that these faculty members have to convince the survivors on that life raft that they should get the last seat on the raft. And to do so, they have to convince them that their discipline, whether it's communication, whether it's psychology, whether it's mathematics or chemistry, that their discipline is so necessary to humanity and civilization that they should be the one to be saved.
The Honors Program and the Debate Club hosted the event and look forward to another successful turnout in the future. For Cavalier Connection, this is Ariel Mallory reporting. Students looking to get extra help in their math classes should head over to the Math Center. Jemima LaFair takes us there.
The Math Center is a lab for students having trouble within their math courses.
The teachers, they're very helpful. They make education a top priority. They make sure you get your word down pat. They just give you good examples of how to do the math.
Upon entering the Math Center, students are able to sign in with their Darton card. The Math Center contains books, calculators, teachers, and helpful tips. Students having trouble in math may come here and get help from different teachers. There are always on-site teachers and professors available for help when needed. The students are able to come anytime during the day, from the hours of 8 a.m. to 7 p.m.
Here in the Math Center, we provide outside of class support for any and all math classes here at Darton State. And we see students from our remedial math classes all the way up through this semester, our calculus classes, and you name it, we do it. Students drop in anytime during the day that we're open. We are located in I Building, room 110. I think we moved over here in spring semester, and I think most people have found us now.
Students are able to come to the math lab and diligently work on any assignment needed. Helpful services are always provided in the math lab.
They have so much help in the Math Center and technology. It's amazing. Teachers that is willing to help you with your homework, work out problems, show you how to work problem easier. Calculators, everything. It just, since they installed the Math Center, I just been doing excellent in math.
This is Jemima LaFair reporting from Cavalier Connections.
Baptist Collegiate Ministries Christian Club is one of the many clubs on campus. Andrew Ragsdale fills us in on what it's all about.
Baptist Collegiate Ministries Club is a Christian club on campus where others of the Christian faith can meet and practice their religion.
We seek to help connect Christians on campus with each other and give students a place where they can grow in their faith, as well as an outlet for them to share their faith with other people. So we'll do that through our weekly Bible studies, which is in C203, and we have 2 sessions from 12:30 to 1:30, and those are weekly. And we also have a monthly service, which we call our gathering, and that is, our next one is actually going to be Thursday, November 4th, at 7 in B101, and we'll have free dinner, music, and a special speaker.
BCM strives to hold events that will help the community and abroad.
We've done a lot of different things since I've been here. We've done Habitat for Humanity. where we've gone and helped do builds with that group. We've done canned food drives. We've done several fundraisers that will raise money to send college students on missionary trips that are completely paid for. It's called Send Me Now Missions. We just got back last week from the state BCM conference, and at that meeting, BCMs from all over the state brought backpacks for Appalachia. These were backpacks that they filled in each of the college BCMs with school supplies and little toys, and these will be distributed to poor children, disadvantaged youth in Appalachia, which is one of the most poor sections of the country.
BCM's goals are also geared toward their faith and Darden students and the rest of the community.
The goal of our club is to serve Christ, campus, and community, and to share our faith, be an outlet for students to grow and their knowledge and love for Jesus, and share that with other people.
There is also no membership process. All you have to do is show up to the BCM events. To get more information about BCM, go see Professor Latona in room I-133. For Cavalier Connection, this
After
is
the
Andrew
break,
Rexon.
we'll see how students manage to deal with stress and take a look at what the Darton players are working on.
Also ahead, we'll see what keeps student workers busy on campus and take a look at a new dance taught to students. All this and more after the break.
You wouldn't let money just blow out of your house. So when your AC or heater is on, make sure the doors, windows, and fireplace flue are shut tight. If you're headed out, turn down the AC or lower the heat by 10 degrees. And always keep your water heater set at 120. A little bit of common sense goes a long way. Get more great tips at energysaver.gov.
Thanks for staying with us here on Cavalier Connection. It's getting close to exam time and students may be getting a little stressed out. Marvin Sewell tells us about how students can better manage stress.
Finals week is approaching fast. That means stress is building up among college students. Everyone deals with stress differently, however, some more than others. Can stress and the way we view ourselves affect academic performance, though?
Yeah, self-esteem in home environment, it really do. Because when you at home, you can't really focus as much as you would if you was somewhere like the library or something, because that's where you normally chilling at. That's your, you going to find things to distract you.
If a student stressed out and he has low self-esteem, then his will to continue his academic work will suffer because he don't want to do it.
And self-esteem does to an extent too, because I mean, how you feel about yourself, however you feel about yourself, you're going to display that in your actions and your emotions.
Our thoughts greatly influence our self-esteem, and they greatly influence, how we perform both academically and in personal situations and sports and a lot of different avenues of life.
As far as low self-esteem, you're not going to really enjoy school if you got low self-esteem because you really can't keep talking about it like paranoid.
If you feeling bad that day, you might perform bad that day.
And the home environment definitely plays an important role. From there, we learn patterns about how the world functions and that kind of stuff. And if someone's lacking basic needs from a home environment standpoint, such as, food, clothing, and shelter, it'd be a lot more difficult for that student to be successful.
A host of responsibilities along with external factors can become quite difficult to manage, considering the fact that many do not know how to adequately moderate and eliminate stressors or where to seek counseling.
What I do with students is it depends on the issue, what they're bringing to the table in regards to what counseling they need. But I talk to students about personal issues that may be impacting their their ability to perform well in class, or just maybe issue that they're dealing with, like depression or those kind of issues, or test anxiety. And I counsel the students in that regards to help them to process that and be able to manage it and be able to deal with it and to improve their performance in academic and in personal lives.
Mr. Tyndall was completely invested in assisting students with any problem they may have. Students can set up an appointment in the advising department located in C103 in the Student Center.
One thing that you can do to, is have good coping skills to manage stress. And it's a lot of different things for a lot of people.
I feel like to each his own. I mean, everybody has their own outlet or their own way that they can manage with stress.
Hang out with friends. That's usually a good stress eliminator, whatever friends do, y'all can, go around to the student center. That helps eliminate stress.
Me personally, I like to box, if you like to run, whatever your hobby is that keeps your mind away from it, I feel like that can help you manage it.
Some people listen to music is one thing I use to eliminate stress.
I start writing, I'm a writer, so that, me talking about it and venting to other people, that helped me manage with it, and surrounding myself with beautiful women.
No matter what a student may find themselves dealing with, there are always ways to eliminate stress and perform to the best of their abilities. Marvin Sewell reporting, Cavalier Connection.
Ladies, hit me up, you feel me?
The Darton players are working on another production. Morgan Marshall tells us what's in store for students.
Vanilla, eat it with a pot spoon. Never had more than a nickel cone. Now I get a whole gallon.
This fall, the Darton State players are putting on a play called A Lesson Before Dying. This play is one that will fill the room up with emotion.
It's emotional. It's difficult for the actors. It's difficult for me, too. I find that what we have to do at the end of each rehearsal period is something that we call purging, which is just literally a physical exercise. If you saw us do it, you get hysterical laughing, where we just breathe and then we kind of explode, literally, vocally and physically.
The play is about a character named Jefferson, who was wrongly accused of murder and faces the death penalty.
My character, Reverend Moses Ambrose, is a strong man of God, and he sees Jefferson about to go what he's going through with being in this electric chair and the pain that Miss Emma is going through. And he knows in his heart that he's known these people for so long, baptizing both Grant and Miss Emma, and now to see them in this state of mind is heartbreaking. It's really heartbreaking for everybody involved.
Even though this play is set in 1948, company director Deborah Liss Green still feels that this play is relatable to today.
It's not for children, but everyone certainly of adult age to understand the themes can relate to this play. The play is not just about injustice, not just about the Jim Crow South. It does take place in 1948 in Louisiana. It does involve race prejudice and difficulties and serious flaws in the law, but it also, in large part, celebrates life, and it celebrates life in the face of death, which is something that anyone and everyone can relate to, regardless of what's going on in the world, or regardless of one's own personal experience with any of the themes in the play. It is about recognizing and celebrating life.
For some of the actors in this emotional masterpiece, it isn't hard to get into character. It comes naturally.
Grant Wiggins is a school teacher, and really he's trying to help Jefferson, the character Jefferson, learn how to be a man, face death and be a man. A lot of people are depending on him to help Jefferson in his situation, and it's really frustrating for him, so he often gets kind of angry and mad here or there, but overall he's a really good person.
What I really hope is that the Darton community will turn out and see the play, because I don't think a lot of students either think about the fact that there is theater on this campus, or think that it's something that they would enjoy doing or get something out of. I think they just go, oh, that's not for me, or it'll be boring or something. So I hope the community comes out and watches the work of these really terrific actors.
The play runs November 6th through the 8th at 7:30 and November 9th at 2:30. General admission is $5, and Darton State students are free with ID. Cavalier Connection, Morgan Marshall reporting.
Student workers juggle being a student and an employee. Teron Cox tells us about it.
An on-campus job at Darton State College can be very beneficial. Gwendolyn Gilmore is a cashier here. She says her job is well worth it.
I really feel like my meal plan is a waste because on the days that I work, I get to eat a free meal. I get to talk to all my peers. I feel like I know a lot of people because of this job.
Experience can be life's greatest teacher. Jameer Carter, a RA in Village South Dorms, says he's seen a lot in his time as a worker.
You get to meet a lot of different people, and you get to deal with a lot of different personalities. You get experience that most people our age don't get.
Although it's good to have money in your pockets, education should come first. Brittany Lambert, the broadcast lab assistant, seems to manage both.
Work study is with the college, so it works around my class schedule and everything. I don't have to worry about, stressing out on if I'm going to have to work during class hours or anything like that.
Interested in having an on-campus job? These tips may just help you land one.
Well, I applied for the job, of course, and then I stayed in contact with the housing director.
This is Teron Cox with Cap.
Students learned about West African dance during a special workshop. Nikki Pope was there.
Darton State College Dance Program hosted a contemporary West African dance workshop. More than expected came to participate in this workshop.
Well, I think the event was awesome. It was kind of hard once you get the moves down, and it was really fun, and how to teach it and everyone else getting it.
This cultural workshop was open to anyone over the age of 14.
I think it went amazing. It's something that I never done before, and I think it was well put together, so I had a great time.
It was a great opportunity to see what a career in dance is like.
The class was very energetic. I love the different dynamics of the various dancers that came. That really gave me a reason to push them to the limit. I love the idea of the young dancers being curious of what steps to take, counts, what am I supposed to do on this count, am I supposed to jump? It really gave a different dynamics, and the young dancers were looking out for the more experienced dancers to pick up stuff, and that really made it a unique environment. So it was a blend of a whole lot that was going on, and that made it really amazing for me.
For Cavalier Connection, this is Nikki Pope.
And that's going to wrap it up for this November edition of Cavalier Connection.
You can stay connected with us by liking our Facebook page at www.facebook.com/Cavalier Connection.
And to watch all of our videos, head over to our YouTube channel at www.youtube.com/Darton Student Media.
I'm Jeremy Hayes.
And I'm Ariel Mallory. Thanks for joining us here at Cavalier Connection, and we'll see you soon.